My name is Mr Mtekwa. I'm a teacher for learners with diverse special needs. I started working at St Giles Special School in 2007 after undergoing special needs teachers training at the United College of Education in Bulawayo, specializing in learners with visual impairments. Before that, I had gone to Morgan Teachers College in Mashingo for primary school teachers training. Working with learners with diverse special needs, I realized that these children are highly talented. Like when I came here, we introduced the arts club, learning how to play mpira, learning how to play marimba, and we ended up recording an album in 2010. Then after recording that album, they went to high school. But they faced the challenges when they went to high school. They were not allowed to work with instruments, musical instruments, to do art, but they were highly skilled. Then in 2012, we introduced the Special Schools Arts Festival. We invited all schools working with children with disabilities in Zimbabwe, and we started working with them in the Special Schools Arts Festival, encouraging them how to work with their students who are talented. And we got immense support from the community, from various stakeholders in arts, and we managed to send 8 mbiras to 8 special schools around the country. And that was in 2014. And in 2015, we managed to send a group of 5 learners, musicians from St. Giles Special School to the World Children's Festival in Washington, D.C. And then after that, I went to college for my bachelor's training at the University of Zimbabwe. Then I met one of my students who was now doing law, part 1, but he had challenges at the college. He did not have computer skills. So I realized, okay, I taught in primary school and they went to high school without computer skills, and they go to tertiary level without computer skills. When I came back in 2016 at St. Giles Special School, I introduced a computer skills class. It was very successful. I managed to share my success story with the Ministry of Education, and they invited me to an all stakeholders conference, education conference in Mutare, and they asked me to share my success story with other teachers. And from there, we had series and series of workshops for teachers on how to work with children with visual impairments in developing ICT skills. From then on, we were going higher and higher. Now the students I have who graduate to high school with computer skills can go to any school of their choice, like in the communities. Previously, they would go 400 kilometers out of Harare or away from their homes to learn in special schools. Now they can learn in inclusive settings. If we look at children with disabilities, they face a lot of challenges day by day. If we go back to our homes, where they stay is a challenge, because most of the families with children with disabilities, they struggle to earn a living on their own, like disabilities associated with the poverty. Now they are renting an apartment or a house somewhere in a high density suburb. Already their child is a challenge. How can you stay with a child like that at our place? That the child makes noise at night. The child, we don't want to be associated with the child. Sometimes they are chased before they know they settle at a place. And that's about accommodation. About the transport, you see, these children are still learning in special schools. So for a special school in a city like this, or in a big city like this, you realize the children are traveling every day 4, 5, 6 kilometers every day, waking up at 4 a.m. going to school, and they get to a special school. What's a special school? What's so special about the special school? Mostly they were built maybe with accessible doorways, accessible bathrooms, they have ramps, they have maybe specialist teachers. But it's something I think it can happen in any community, like to have a school that is accessible to all the children, so that they don't wake up every day and travel for long hours to access the school. Any place must be accessible for learners. So in transporting the children, it's a challenge again. You realize we have children with the physical impairments. Some of them they have to be with their wheelchairs everywhere, and getting into public transport with a wheelchair, it's a challenge again. So we have to accommodate everyone, diversity that comes with, especially with the disabilities, so that we have accessible accommodation, like inclusive accommodation, inclusive transport, inclusive schools in our communities. Do you know that we have very good, beautiful policies about disabilities? I think we are about a year old with a policy, disability policy. It's a very beautiful paper, a very beautiful document. But what should we do? We have to implement it. A policy is as good as its implementation. If we say we have to implement inclusive education, yes, make sure that the teachers are available. Make sure that their learning material is available. Make sure that if we say yes, transport has to be accessible, let it be implemented. When I trained at Morgan Teachers College, I was working with the Mbira instrument. It was like out of curiosity because I'd never seen an instrument like this. So one day I was called. So I say my job is about a calling. I was called when I was playing Mbira one day. Then I told the man who called me that okay, I'm playing Mbira, and he said, "What's the Mbira like?" I realized the man was blind. And when I tried to teach him how to play the Mbira, he was approaching from the top. And I said, no, you have to work with your thumbs. He said, no, do you know that your instrument looks like a Braille machine? And they said, what? I know Braille, but I don't know how to work with the Braille. Can you show me a Braille machine? He showed me a Braille machine. Now I see, there are the keys like the Mbira. Then he taught me the Braille alphabet before I got to home. That's how I started. But when I trained to be a teacher, I realized, okay, a Braille cell is something like what we have every morning, like the Braille, like the half dozen egg crate. The arrangements of a Braille cell, when they are reading, they read with their fingers. But before they read with their fingers, the writing is so small that maybe it's incomprehensible when you think about it before something large like this. So the Braille alphabet is on this one. The arrangements, like you have your A here. A, you have to, this is your B in Braille. This is your C in Braille. For a D, this is a D in Braille. So the children in the early classes, they will be making arrangements with these ones, maybe with the seeds and with the familiar egg crate, but by that they will be building their literacy. And after that, we go smaller, so that we develop their fine motor skills, and we can even work with the boards, whereby they work with the pegboards. Maybe make your apple. They are placing their shapes in the pegboards, developing until they come to smaller, maybe smaller. Like when we work with our geography, we do map work. We can even work with smaller seeds. This is the world map. If you look at it, you realize it is built out of the seeds we have in our environment. Then they work with these until they get to the paper where they will be writing. I've written my name here. But now if you read the name, you realize all the arrangements we have learned here are here. But we have developed the fine motor skills. They will be coming onto the paper and say, okay, this is the position for A, okay, okay, this okay, Mtekwa, that's the name. And they'll be writing their names, and they'll be writing like in the way we teach the usual child we have at home. Like, okay, B, they're making the sounds, now the spellings, B, boy, K, cat, as we go, and they master everything. Then we are merging all these, the computers, the Braille skill, the Mbira skill, onto the computer skill. when we develop the computer skills, these computers we have are the ordinary computers, everyday computers. But if you look at your everyday computer, if you look at the keys F and J, there are landmarks you can feel with your fingertips. So those are our home keys. So we are also working with the 4 fingers, like the 4 fingers we've been using here when we were writing our braille. And the arrangement, similar to the middle instrument, will be applied here. Because when you lay your fingers on the F and J, the rest will be laying A, S, D, F. So these fingers will cease to be your fingers. They will be laid as A, S, D, F. J, K, L, semicolon. So we have a sound feedback on the computer. I'm activating the speech right now. Soon it's going to be talking. But now when they are learning, so A, S, D, F, J, K, L, semicolon, A, S, D, F, J, K, L, semicolon. They are done. Now they will be learning the position of other fingers, of other keys, like J, U, J, U, K, I, K, I, L, O, L, O, semi P, semi P. It's not like you are memorizing. It's knowing the position of a key, just the way you know the location of your relative in any suburb. So after mastering A, F, G, F, and the other letters, now we try and learn. Okay, can you go the quick, brown, fox jumped over the lazy dogs? In this statement, there is every key of the every letter of the alphabet, and they will be learning. Okay, where do I find the T? I was going F T, also T is here. I was going J H, so H is here. I was going D E, so E is here. Space V. Now we have V. So after that, they master how to work with the keyboard and to operate the computer. We don't use the mouse because we don't see the cursor and on the screen. So we are listening and we are doing keyboard shortcuts. So I had to learn that on my own to be like them, so that when I come here, I can say, hey, come on, what are you doing? I know you can do it. And they say, come on, can they do it when they are blind? Come on, can you do it yourself? And I say, yes, I can do it. Then I have this my blindfolds. I've so many of them. Then I'm going to the desktop. I want to access my Mtekwa folder. Okay, so I go to the desktop. Right, it's pointing at the recycle bin. I want to go to Mtekwa. Okay, where are you, my key? So I just press M. Mtekwa. Then I enter. Mtekwa is opened. I want to go to the golden class. My class is the golden class. So if I go to the golden class, I want to go to the golden. No, that one. Global teacher, no. Golden class is here. So I open the golden class. Then I want to go to the golden keyboard. No, I don't want that. I want golden keyboard. Golden, what are we? Golden keyboard is here. Then I open. That's a Word document. Right. Right. Activation fails. I say C to remove that one. So my cursor is at the top of the page. I want to go to the bottom of file. So I say Control End, so that I go to the bottom of file. Page 55. I was on page 1 and now on page 55. I want to go to a fresh page, so I go page break, Control Enter. I'm on a fresh page. Now it must be page 50, page 56. Now I'm going to write the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog, the lazy dogs. There. Quick. Brown fox. No, that's not it. I remove R. Fox. Brown fox. O J U P E. Jambid over. Lazy. G dot. So I'm done. So I can do everything with my eyes closed, without the eyes. So I take the same skill to the students with the visual impairments. And to tell you what, if I teach them in January, in 18 days, they will be faster than me. And in the term, they will have learned that they will be technicians, musicians, and they will be far, far better than me. A 10-year-old teaching me something. But exposure is key. You have to have the first steps taken, and they expand, they grow on their own. Children are like that. They are not like adults. So we do not have to delay teaching learners with visual impairments or learners with disabilities any skill, because they learn fast and they can develop fast. It's unlike teaching them when they get to college. It's difficult to develop a skill when someone is maybe looking for a course or something to do. It should be their pocket skill before they get to tertiary learning. Thank you very much. I encourage, mostly I'll look at how we do things as teachers. Some of the teachers shun associating themselves with the learners with disabilities. It's something you can do and develop yourself, learning how to work with them, and so that you, wherever you are, you include them in your schools. And I can say I'm the proudest Zimbabwean teacher after making it to the top 50 of the Global Teacher Prize in 2020. I was among the 5 best teachers in Africa. But it's coming from the work I've been doing every day without like struggling. I'm enjoying it. So when you enjoy your work, you do it well, something like this can happen and can come your way, and you enjoy teaching.
I can, you can, we all have a purpose. I can, you can, I can, you can, we all have a purpose. I can, you can,
I'm unique, I can sing, I can rise, I can dance. I'm unique, I can sing, I can rise, I can